Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another not really true review on the 2012 tmnt no not 2003 2012 season 1 episode 4 New Friends Old Enemy. And this episode was very interesting what they was able to show in terms of content, and not like nothing too amazing but like graphic or gory, but it just like what they gave us, which was quite cool to see, which was like the first appearance of the Foot Clan, or not really, but like, you know what I mean, like first appearance in the show, um, the first battle between Tails and the Foots. So yeah, there are definitely some interesting things about this episode. Another thing that really caught me off guard was like the casting for this episode, which was quite good. The Tails all the same, so there's no big difference there. They got Michael Kevin Richardson come back to play Shredder from episode 1, so that's cool, but he still really had to come back. He also did like a return from the 2007 movie for this show, so that's a very cool one to see come back and brought to life, and not brought back to life, but like brought back to tell history and all that. Very cool. And another one which really caught me off guard was Clancy Brown. I think I might be saying his name wrong, but I could be wrong about that. Who did the voice of Chris Bradford in this episode, and later go on to Dog Pound and Raza. But he did a voice of Mr. Krabs, Lex Luthor, Serta from Thor Ragnarok. Do we need to say much more than that? I'm very surprised by hearing all those sort of voices come out of this sort of character. Yeah, it's just really surprising. Okay, so we should probably start the review off with actually talking about the actual episode, and it's pretty good, I won't lie. So start the episode off with a train scene between Bradford and Foot Clan. He's beating them all up, and there's no doubt about it. He's sort of like a bit of a rip-off version of Cry, but he's male. Equally as better, but twice as worse for to ourselves. Yeah, so he beat them all up. He then had to talk to Master about his mission that he's in while he's in New York, which is to go after Splinter, the Turtles, really take down, bring Shredder, and do his dirty work. He also has to team up with Zeva, who is a criminal in New York, and he knows the underworld of New York's criminal world, so that's quite cool to see. We have the intro, but then we cut to the actual episode again, and in the beginning bit, we see Tails training this running across rooftops, doing jumps, and then Raph decides to ruin it all by just ramming them all over. To find the cat, Mikey thinks it's a good idea to go talk to its owner, but then he realises that the owner is really scared of him, and the cat decides to attack him. A little bit relatable for me, my cat, so for once, Tails is relatable. I doubt that will ever happen again, but here we are. Down on the street, so Tails talking a bit more because Chris Bradford's in town. Mikey wants to go see him because he's like role model. And then, would you know it, the foot attack, and Chris Bradford's there, but I don't know it's Chris Bradford because he's wearing a mask. And it's a pretty cool scene. It's a really coal one where finding the alley. Chris Bradford comes in, changes the dynamic of it all. However, I feel like the scene could have been better if this scene was a bit opened, I would say, like location, because even though it was an alley, it was very confined, which I think could make really good cool action scenes for where you are limited to what you can do, and that is a good thing. However, with I feel like with some certain angles of scenes within the scene, it felt like the location was constantly changing in terms of the size of, like, you can have 3 people at one point just standing in a row, but now you can only have 2, so I feel like that's my only complaint with this one, but it's a very cool scene. Splinter, then in the next scene, you get to see Splinter is talking to Leonardo, and Leonardo's saying that it's not fair because they had more guys and they're outnumbered, and yeah, it didn't really make much sense. I can understand where it comes from. Like, gamers probably kind of relate to this the most. It was one of those shows but basically it doesn't really matter how many numbers there are, as long as you're better, you're gonna win. And yeah, so April, next thing you see April getting Mikey online to talk with friends, and that's when Mikey teams up or sends out a friend request to Chris Bradford for to become friends. Chris Bradford accepts it, so Mikey of course goes out and talks to him. While he's out there, Chris Bradford tries to kill him because he doesn't know who he is, but then they talk and realise that they're friends. And after the night, Mikey tells everyone about what's happened, but they don't like it, so Mikey goes back to talk to him again, and that's about it really. So then after that, Mikey learns about the Chris Pepper's new secret move, which is the Deadly Cutter, or Deadly Dragon, whatever one it was. Mikey goes home and teaches it to the other turtles and says, you need to do this, you need to do this. But then Splinter realizes that this is like a move that the Shadow knows, and he would only teach to his highest pupils, so this is like a real big turning point for the turtles to go after him, or go after Mikey to save him from making any further decisions with his friend. But sadly, they're a bit too late because Mikey went to the dojo to talk to Chris Bradford, but he got geared up and started fighting Mikey and basically beat him. So the Turtles get there and they had to rescue him. Now, my one problem with this scene, even though it's cool, the Turtles go down by a rope, but then they pull both hands, because you can clearly see both hands in the screen, and the rope's behind their hands, where like it's not hard up to anything. How or what did they fall down on? I know it was rope, but what was it attached to? It's probably just me, but that has really always annoyed me. And I know that I can't do anything about it, but my god, is it annoying. Really, really annoying. What are they holding on to? It's almost like that scene from Spider-Man where he's jumping off the building and he's got his weapon in the air. But what is it attached to? No one knows. So here we are with this little confusion scene. But the Turtles eventually get Mikey free. They can run down to the sewers so that they had the advantage. And Chris Bradford and Xever, they follow him with the foot soldiers. But the Turtles take him out with stealth and all that stuff. And that's when Chris Bradford and Xever realizes that they're not alone. And then they start to fight the Turtles and losing. Oh no! But then switch partners. Yay! And then they start to win. OMG, right? They beat Mikey does the secret move that Bradford taught him on Bradford, and then they flush them away. Now this bit was a bit funny, but I don't know if this is just my version because I was watching on DVD one, and after they flushed them down the sewers, you can still see the outline of the characters on the screen, whereas it's like a shaded version where they've been falling, but they did not move. So I think that's just my version, but still, nonetheless, it's still there. They didn't get rid of the character models or whatever. I mean, at least in 2003, when they flushed on or got rid of someone, at least they had decency to actually remove the character model from the show. And yeah, so after that, the Turtles celebrates, and Mikey unfriends him, and that's it really. Oh god, this episode, oh man, this episode is really enjoyable. The meeting of the Foot, fighting the Foot, a new dynamic with the Foot, I'd say, with terms of how they meet up. I know that every version they start fighting the Foot and then they just want to go to war. But at least with this one, it was a bit more conflict where like they meet the Turtles, they fight, but then they're all trying to get friendly with each other so that they can use each other. I think that's a cool idea. I wish this would have been like expanded on over like a multiple episodes. Like this could be like a season thing, and they realise this isn't the final few episodes, and then they find out that he's a bad guy when he finds the Leo, something like that. Something interesting like that. I feel like that could be a bit more interesting than just having a 20-minute story of him like, oh, I'm your friend. Oh no, you found out who I am. Let's kill you now. So that's my only problem with this episode. Like I said, there are a few animation mistakes I would say that in there, but it could just be my version. I hope it's not. I really, really hope it's not. And yeah. However, there was some things in here I'd like to point out that some of the animation, like in certain scenes, look really good, not how the character models presented themselves. I think like a good scene, like a good example would be when Mikey was dodging the shurikens when Chris Pratt met him. It was in the shaded, so like it looked really good and decent. When he came out of the shadows and into the light, this is when it's went back to normal. I feel like that's the downside, but overall this episode was really good. Yeah, let me know what you think about this episode in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you find the same animation mistakes as I have? Or just discovering and probably going to watch the episode again now because of it? Either way, let me know what you think of it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do like something, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.